he called me and told me, my son is coming back and I'm going to have a party. I would like you to come with 4 of your friends so that you can help in serving the drinks around the home. So when I was in his house, I can't say exactly what I saw, but I can tell you what I saw. Isn't vitu mtu anaona kwa horror movies. It was bad. Mimi ndo huyo police station. I know exactly what happened. I can tell you that. I walk out of the police station and I receive a phone call. Kidogo nimeshtuka. By the time nageuka hivi niangalie nyuma nimpatie maji, a slap on my face. Because like, nimeshtuka, kwanza nimepigwa kofi. I'm like, no, this is serious. My name is Farida na Maemba Simiyu. If you wanted to know me more, I am a mother of 2. I've just turned 34 years 3 days ago. I have a beautiful daughter who is 13 years and a son who is turning 10 years in December this year. I am a sibling to 10 more others. Yes, and I would say I'm a daughter and I'm a sister to so many. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
Okay. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, blessings and more life. A queen was born #.
Yes, please.
Anyways,
yes,
so
please.
we can start with the story. So myself and the audience who are watching will sit back and listen to a beautiful story, and hopefully we'll draw lessons after the story.
I was born and raised in Western Province in Bungoma. I had 2 beautiful parents. I was born with 2 beautiful siblings, my sister and my youngest brother. But unfortunately, we lost our mom in 1996. I was like 5 years, and my eldest sister was like 7 years, and our youngest brother was 2 years by then, actually still breastfeeding. My dad is an ex-army. He has worked in the Kenyan Army for like 15 years. Yeah, when we lost our mom in 1996, before my dad lost his job, there was a conspiracy. You see, he works in the army, and then there's these villagers, and from my mother's side, there's a conspiracy saying, no, it was not a normal death. If you're a lawyer, you will understand. They will say, no, she was killed. She's not. She didn't die a natural death. Because then my dad was arrested, and my grandmother also was put in remand for my mom's death. So
the grandma from the dad's side?
From my dad's side,
okay.
Yeah. And remember, from my mom's, they have already taken everything from us. We don't know which side to be on, and then we were left there to be on our own, the 3 of us. My sister 7, I am 5, and my brother 2 years. So all the villagers, they shunned us. So we couldn't go to school. We dropped out of school, and we had to fend for ourselves. But after 6 months, my grandmother was released, and she came and took care of us, and we went back to school. And after a few months, my dad was also released. So before my grandmother was released, there was a lady who was coming to our grandmother's house to look after us. I never knew this lady, but nakumbuka alikuwa anakuja anatuosha na Dettol, hizo vidonda, anatuletea githeri. Hiyo time ilikuwa msimu ya maharagwe imevunwa, anatuletea maharagwe na ngwashe, tunakula, and then anatuosha, then she goes. And I can tell you that lady turned out to be my stepmother right now. So when my dad was released, he remarried, and he married the best woman ever.
Oh, wow.
That lady. So that lady took us in, the 3 of us. And that time my brother was like 2 years and 6 months. So I did my KCPE in 2009 together with my sister, Jamila. So there's this foundation that comes up called Foundation Institute of Africa, and comes up with it was like a Hawks scholarship. So they came up and they say, we have a scholarship where we can sponsor your children to do a certified public account. So I came to Nairobi with the aim of doing certified public accounts in a certain college. That was in 2010. So I started my college in 2010, mid 2010. And I got pregnant even before I did my exams. But I did my exams when I was pregnant with my daughter. And I still passed. But when I realized I was pregnant, I still had to go home because my parents were expecting me in December. Unajua Christmas imefika, hebu rudi nyumbani, nimeshafanya mtihani in November. So I had to go home. Kufika nyumbani hata sikukaa 3 days. You know, venye mama wanajuaga.
Alinusa.
So I get home and I tell my mom, usipike chakula na Royco. Mr. Kicha ya maziwa, you know, they will always tell. Then I know you're pregnant. You know your dad will kill you. And my dad, that time, he was from the military, and I don't judge him for his fierce discipline, but he had the most fierce discipline. So when my stepmother told me, babako atakumaliza, rudi tu mwenye alikupea hiyo mimba, mimi nitajua venye nitaongelesha babako kisha toka. And then I called the person, the baby daddy, akamteja. Nikapata the mobile you're calling cannot be reached.
Till today.
So not really. So I kept calling him, but I couldn't tell my mom I can't find him. So I just told her, amesema niende, but naweza kumbuka penye nyumba iko. So I just left home, nikaenda Nairobi, hoping nitarudi tu pale penye tulikuwa nimpate hapo. Good thing when nilifika Nairobi nikapata tried calling you yake. Looks like God was really on my side. When I told him my mom ameniambia nirudi, wazazi wangu ameniambia nirudi, I'm pregnant. And akaniambia, how comes you didn't tell me you're pregnant? Let me come for you. And when he said, let me come for you, that is another feeling. You're like,
finally.
Thank God. He came to town. Alikuja tao. Nilikuwa najua tu afya center. Akakuja afya center kunichukua. Akaniambia, don't worry, I'm going to take care of you with the child. Huyu ni mtoto wangu na siwezi taka kumfanyia chochote. So I kind of felt safe with him, and that's how I got married. 5 years, he was the most kindest person ever. I fell in love with him. I didn't even know his second name. Nikki get pregnant with him, I didn't know his second name. But I fell in love with him for 5 years. We were very happy. Alinipeleka kwao, nikamzalia mtoto wa pili. But before that, I got pregnant again. I got
within
a
the 5 years span.
I got a miscarriage because that was when the violence had started. Yeah, but he was very kind. I knew him, Ivo. He was a non-alcoholic. He couldn't even stand the sight of alcohol. So it happened, he lost his job when I still had my daughter. Alihave kunipeleka kwao, nikae huko ningoje atafute kazi. It was heartbreaking for me because I was really in love with him. But I understood, nikasema acha nipeleke kwao, akuje atafute. But the people were very understanding. Her mother was very understanding. So when I was at home, bila aliniacha nyumbani, akapata kazi. Guess alipata kazi wapi? Kwa kampuni ya pombe. And then I asked him, are you sure you're not going to be carried away by the alcohol? He told me, I can't even stand the taste of alcohol. I just want the first salary, nipate pesa, nikurudishe wewe na mtoto wangu mkuje tuishi. Imagine he did that. The first salary hivi. Nakumbuka alinichukua hivi, alinirudisha Nairobi, tukaanza kuishi place called AA of Kenya in Embakasi. Akachukua single room. Nilibeba mattress kutoka Ushago yenye tulikuwa tumehama nayo, nikabeba kila kitu ndio tukuje tuanze life na yeye. Nakumbuka alipata mshahara ya 15,000. But I was very happy because I didn't want to stay home kwao because it's a different language. Yes, ni Waluya, but I'm Bukusu, they are Manyala. I can't understand their language very well, but I had to learn, and I had to be very accommodative with them, and they were very accommodative with me. So I came back to Nairobi. 5 years down the line, I can tell you he started drinking on the second month. On the second month that I
after you have come back.
Yeah. I was heartbroken the first time I saw him drunk. And he told me, it's just a beer. Hata si kitu ya kulewesha, hata wewe unaweza onja. Every time I used to see him, nilimwona vile anasink, venye analeta marafiki wenye ni walevi, venye analeta makazini zake kwa nyumba yetu yenye ni bed sitter na ni wanaume kama 4. So that means I have to accommodate 4 men, myself and my baby in a bedsitter, and that thing tore up my marriage. It reached a point I had to beg my husband nilipe lodging so that we can make love, because the environment was very not conducive for me to be with him. Someone can stay in our house for 6 months. It's not one person, na ni wanaume na hawana kazi, wamekuja in the name of tumekuja kutafuta kazi Nairobi, and you have to accommodate them. And it was very toxic for me. I lost my marriage in 2019, but I had to walk away. I got a job at the airport. I finally got a job at the airport.
You got the job at the airport?
Yes.
While still in this marriage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That was 2016 now.
Okay.
2016, I got a job at the airport as a customer service agent in a VIP lounge. By VIP, I mean, kuna lounge airport, watu wakubwa wanaingia wakiketi, wakisubiri ndege yao. That means big people from the government, ambassadors, dignitaries of all kinds, all different kinds of delegates from different countries wanapitia hapo. Even I'm the receptionist, I am the cashier. You pay, you stay there, you can have a snack while you wait for your flight. I'll be there to take care of you until you board. I will let you know when your flight is ready to board. I will carry your belongings and take you to the flight if possible. So I knew big people there. And then from that, when COVID started hitting, one of the big people had called me. I used to do kazi ya kando with a few of my friends. That means catering, not like catering we could cook, but tungeitwa kufanya kazi ya waitress, kuserve, and all that. Alafu unaweza pewa pesa kando, you know, and then mnagawana, you make some money kando. So this mkubwa, mtoto wake alikuwa ametoka majuu, amegraduate and all, and then they have a welcoming party for
By mkubwa you mean someone in government,
someone
right?
in the government,
Okay.
very big.
Okay.
He called me and told me, my son is coming back and I'm going to have a party. I would like you to come with 4 of your friends so that you can help in serving the drinks around the home. It's a very big mansion. It's a very good side hustle. Ningetoka hapo na kitu kama 5K at that time. That was a lot. Time ya COVID, that was a lot. So 2018, I went there, and I think that was the start of my miseries.
2018. Okay.
Because whatever happened to me in 2020 is as a result of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we get. So 2018 is when you get this, someone who is big in the government invite you and 4 other ladies to come to work in a private event that he's having for his sons coming back home, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So at his home, remember that was not the first time. Actually, that was the first time in his home, but it was not the first time doing those kind of jobs. He could lead me somewhere, and it was really helpful for me. To me, he was a good person at that time. So when I was in his house, ile tu unasema I'm pressed, let me move around and find out what room it is, I managed to witness something I shouldn't have witnessed. To be honest, I would tell you, whatever happened to me in 2020 is not traumatic enough than what I witnessed in that house. When I did witness that thing, I froze. I rushed out. Nilikimbia nikaambia marafiki zangu, twende. Wakaniambia tujamaliza kazi. Nikamwambia ashanilipa, amesema kuna watu wengine professionals wanakuja kutoka kwa catering company ya hoteli fulani, so ameshanipa pesa, amesema twende, iko sawa. Akaniambia kwani? Nikamwambia no, unajua hao ni watu wakubwa, wewe twende, nitawapea. I didn't have money to pay them, but I managed to with my salary at the airport. I paid them. So when I got out of that place, I went to the police station. But not the same day. So
before we go to the police station now, when we wanted to report this incident, maybe you can give us in a layman's language whatever you saw, like how because you're explaining it to be so traumatic. What did you see?
I can't say exactly what I saw, but I can tell you what I saw was in the news days after that. And it was reported in the wrong way. Like that was the biggest lies someone can tell. I can tell you, in that house, unaona ile kwa harakati ya kutafuta, unafungua room, utafute washroom haraka urudi ukienda, kwa sababu ndo manager hao wengine, because you're kind of like in charge of them. Ndo waambie kuna washroom there, and then someone tells you go upstairs and then on the left, and then I don't know, you missed nini, and then you open the wrong door, and you just see something that isn't vitu mtu anaona kwa horror movies. Yeah, isn't vitu mtu anaona kwa horror movies. It was bad. It was bad, and I can tell you, people can get away with anything. People can get away with anything. After 1 week, they reported that incident. Perhaps you can just... So-and-so's body has been found at a so-and-so place. And it was, I don't know, a burglar attack where she was stabbed, I don't know how many times. I can't speak more about that. So, after kuona hiyo kwa news, I'm like, no, that's a lie.
I was there.
No, that's a lie. They're lying. I was there. They're lying. Mimi ndo huyo police station. I know exactly what happened. I can tell you that. And then they're like, hebu tueleze, nini, and then they write down, nini. Sawa, we will follow up and we will let you know. I walk out of the police station and I receive a phone call. Immediately, I step out of the police station and I receive a phone call, and it's a distorted voice. Unasikianga zile voice inasema someone has just put a very different voice, and they're like, msichana, nataka nikupatie warning. That mistake, whatever you have done today, should not repeat itself, or else. And he mentions Favor and Fabian. Those are my children. And I was like, no. I swear I didn't see anything. In fact, hata sikuona kitu, mimi hata sikujui, hata sikuwa hapo. In fact, I didn't see, I was not there. I will keep quiet. I will die with this. Nobody will know anything. Please, I beg you. Do not touch my children. That was my mistake. I keep quiet with that, and I move on with my life. So 2020, I lose my job. Remember, it's 2018. Which means I have moved on almost 2 years. That's
you have
gone.
almost forgotten the incident.
That is gone. COVID time, I took my children's home. Waende wakae na my stepmother. There were like 3 lockdowns that year. Lockdown after lockdown. Hii inaisha, ingine inakuja, hii inaisha, inakuja.
Yeah, I remember.
When I lost my job, the company was well enough to offset us. Unajua wanakupatia 3 months prior of your salary, and then all those dividends and ulikuwa umesha earn your time. They give that to you. So it helped me kind of to take care of my family during that COVID time. But 3 months haikuisha kama hiyo pesa haijaisha. It was literally like 90,000. So 3 months haikuisha cause nikiingia home kila kitu ni wewe, daddy ni mgonjwa, watoto wanakutegemea, tufanye nini mpaka pesa ilisha, una spend na hairudi. So I had to seek for help. Nirudi Nairobi. I managed to get help through someone who I had assisted at the airport. I was dealing with also persons with disabilities. I started dealing with persons with disabilities in say 5 years after working with the company I was working with. So I helped a passenger mwenye alikuwa na mtoto mwenye alikuwa na cerebral palsy. So I just took courage and asked him for help, and he helped me get a house. Alinitumia 30,000 nakumbuka. And I took a bed sitter na nikatafuta vitu na nikahama na nikaanza kutafuta kazi. Nilikuwa nafulia tu watu manguo, like I do these odd jobs, but my main aim was nipate do, nilete watoto nianze kuishi nao, because I was really lonely. And things were really getting to me. I'm depressed about my lost marriage. I'm depressed about so many things that I have witnessed and I cannot get over, and I cannot tell anybody. So when I tell you, I have blamed myself for so many things that happened to me in 2020. As I told you, nilikuwa nimehamia nyumba, nilitafuta tu nyumba bed sitter mahali. Hakuna mtu alikuwa amenitembelea for 2 months. Hakuna mtu anajua kwangu. Absolutely no one. So there is a friend. Una wale mutual friends wenye wao unaambia tu story, unasema haki mimi kama niliwitness kitu kama ile, like you can trust someone. I think that friend leaked that info, and then information ikafikia mtu, and then he knew I was still talking about that story. So when nilikihamia kwa hiyo nyumba hiyo 2020, I only stayed there for 2 months. Nikingangana nipate do enough nilete watoi, but it was still lockdown, unajua. And remember I have told you I knew people's faces while I used to work at the airport, watu wakubwa, which means vile walikuwa nakuja kwa lounge, wengine walikuwa nakuja na bodyguards wao, watu wao wa mkono. So one of these fateful days, I'm just in my house depressed and thinking about what is the next step in life to take, because I really need a job. Everything is not working out. My parents are calling at home. I need to send money for my children, for their food, and I don't have the money. Nikatoka, nikaenda kufulia mama fulani, akanilipa do. And then when she paid me, the first stop over was Quickmart. Nikasikia, mwanangu alikuwa anakunywa pombe, akiniambia pombe ni ya kutoa stress. Wacha niende ninunue guarana, nione kama itanisaidia nitoe stress nilale. So I went and bought 6 packs of span of guarana. Nikakuja kwa nyumba, nilikuwa na bluetooth kadogo hivi, nikawasha music, nikifua nguo zangu usiku ndio nijue kesho nitaamkia kwenda kutafuta kibaru wengine. So I have like this loud music in my house, you know. I'm just singing along the music with, I have already taken 1 can of guarana, and I'm very sure nikishamaliza nitapanda rooftop nianike nguo, alafu nikuje tu nidoze nijue kesho nitaanzaje. And then while I'm continuing with that, I hear a knock on my door. So hivyo tu hata sizimi music, naenda nafungua mlango. It was kind of like saa 4 saa 5. So when they knock, someone knocks, naenda nafungua mlango, you know, you enjoy the music nini, and then you open the door like, hey, what are you doing here? The familiar faces. They're familiar faces, and remember I have never tasted alcohol, so of course guarana would like get me to a point where I wasn't like very good. Yeah. So I'm like, aya, umejuaje kwangu? And then before like I continued, like they're already inside. Wakaza tulikuwa tu around hapa hivi, tukasema tukuje tukusalimia, what are you doing? Naona uko na 6 pack hapa. Nilikuwa na 6 pack kwa meza. So nikamwambia, yeah, chukueni moja moja. At the back of my mind I'm like, wamejuaje kwangu? And there are these people, they were like his bodyguards, and the familiar faces walikuwa natembea na wao bigi.
The bodyguard to the government official.
Yeah, not like his but walikuwa nakuja pamoja na wabigi wengine. So nimeshajua kidogo, nimeshtuka. Alafu at the same time, okay, hawajaini kosea, niko like, okay, have a seat. Wakasema si hata tuko tuna haraka, tunaenda, tumepita tu hapa hivi tukusalimie. Why are you still not at the airport? Nikamwambia mimi kazi ilisimama, story ya COVID nini. And then they're like, usijali, hiyo tutakusaidia. So you know, si tuko na connections, tutakusaidia upate job and all and everything. And I'm like, wow, really, you can do that? And I'm saying, yeah, thank you. So I siko nataka ni like najaribu sana ku put away the fact that they might be in connection with him. But the way they came, they were like very friendly. So wakakunywa hiyo bila mtu hiyo can moja, there were 4 of them, and nilikuwa na 6, so nilikuwa nimekunywa moja, imeisha, so nimeshika moja, so wakachukua moja, so that remains with me, nimekunywa 2, moja and the ingine nimeshika kwa mkono. And then one of them asks for water. Akaniambia nimsaidie maji ya kunywa. Na sasa hiyo nyumba ni bedsitter, na nyumba ni maji iko, but si ya kukunywa, it's kind of like salty, so you have to buy outside kwa watu wa mkokoteni, so iko kwa mtungi ya jerrycan ya yellow. So for me to get that water, I have to take a cup and niinamisha mtungi nichote. So I'm like, okay. Wakasema hata si tunataka kuenda, tulikuwa tunakupitia tukusalimie, but nisaidie maji ya kunywa kwanza ndo tutoke. I'm like, so they're leaving, I don't have to feel anxious and nervous again. Nikainama hiyo kuchota maji, like nishachota hivi kwa mtungi, na amka sasa nimpelekee. Before niname hivi, somebody was already behind me, amenishika hivi kwa tumbo. And then like, look, not in a violent way, it's in a way that unaweza jua maybe mtu amelewa, and I can tell you those people were not sober. They were not, hawakuwa normal ile yenye unaweza sema mtu ako sober. They were like very hyper, they were all over, they were on the edge, like it's like they're nervous of something, they just want to do something, hata ujui. But sasa mimi naye pia mimi nimekunywa guarana, najua si wanatoka. Vile aliniomba maji nikajua, so they're leaving, it's okay. Vile alinishika hivi huko nyuma, my reaction wasn't like very rapid that why are you touching me? I was like, okay, I know them. So I was gentle. I'm like, no, stop, no, don't do that. Tujazoeana hiyo design. Wacha ndio image, wacha nikupatie. Unaona? That is somebody who has never touched you, but you know them, joke now anakujanga hapo, huyu mkubwa kwani leo atoki, harakisha bwana na msimpatie nini mingi leo ajelewe kuchuka kwa ndege, like those kind of jokes, you know. So I'm like, no, hey, hapana, wewe ngoja, tulia kwanza, tulia, shika maji ndio hii. By the time nageuka hivi niangalie nyuma nimpatie maji, a slap on my face, a slap, na si slap ya huku, ni slap yenye mwanaume anaweza kupiga hivi kwa uso, na nina back of your mkono hivi. So I like kind of like so stars, and then I fell down. Still bado nimeanguka chini. I'm still trying to process
what's happening.
What is happening, because like nimeshtuka kwanza, nimepigwa kofi. I'm like, no, this is serious. But now I need to know why. Maybe nimesema kitu mbaya. Nimesema kupatia maji ya kunywa, si maji ulikuwa unataka. I'm still trying to figure out what is happening. So when I fall down, he comes and sits on top of me. Like unaona venye nakushika, and then mkono zinafika lakini unafinyiliwa chini. And then there follows other slaps ukiwa chini. Hizo zinakufuata hivyo until you can't take it. And then when he's slapping me, naangalia wale wengine huko, they are unzipping their pants. And then it hits me. It hits me, but I don't want to accept it. I still want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm still in denial. I'm like, shit, what will I rape you? I think it's gonna happen to me. I think it's happening. But I still don't want to accept that. So he holds when on top of me, akashika kichwa yangu, and he knocked my head na kisogo kwa floor, and I kind of felt like I don't have the energy to fight anymore. So nikajua it's happening. Baka nikawaambia, basi ona, msiniumize basi, hata pia mimi nataka, si mmenipata niko peke yangu, pia mimi nataka, msiniumize, enda tu polepole basi, kila mtu tu amalize. And I can assure you those people were not sober, because if they were, wangenisikiza. Kama tu ni watu walikuwa wanakuja tu with the aim of having sex with me, they could have listened to me. So when nilisha nguvu, I see this one, he comes on top of me. I still remember the first penetration, because I fought so hard for it not to happen. Nilifight, nilieka kucha, nilimuuma. And I know I have been saying in my stories, they beat my left nipple. It's
don't have it.
I don't. It's because I beat him first. So it was kind of like he was retaliating.
Like you saw him beat your nipple and he spit it down?
Yeah. I went to the hospital with my nipple in my hands, hoping the nurse could like stitch it back. But that was like 3 hours later, so they couldn't do anything. And then he penetrated me. And I can hear this other three wakiwa hapo wakimharakisha. Wakimwambia harakisha pia sisi hawani. So I can assure you, they had to wait kila mtu amalize, and by kumaliza I think you know what I mean. To a point walikuwa wanaona mwingine ako slow sana, so they had to lift me up in the air. Wawili wakanishikilia mkono huko kama kwapa, and then someone was, I just don't know how to describe that, but I can tell you 2 are holding me and 2 are inside me.
At a go?
Yeah, both sides. So I can remember when this first one penetrated my backside. It was the most excruciating pain. It was the most bizarre thing you can go through. I just wish they couldn't have raped me behind. I just wish they could have just done it mbele na waachane na mimi. But they did, and one of them said, "Mna waste time kwa mbele." So all of them waliacha mbele and they focused on my behind. I struggled.
All this time, are you screaming? Are you asking for help?
I can't scream because the same cloth that I was wearing, it was a night dress, like the two-piece night dress. So they removed the top, is like a silky cloth, and then they shoved it in my mouth. So my tongue was up to a point that ipatili katika. So I couldn't sing and make noise. I couldn't make noise. 3 hours. 3 hours.
3 hours non-stop.
Yeah, they did all sort of things they can do to me. I think at some point they thought I'm dead. And I think that's what they had come to do. And I could hear him saying, "Usiwahi mess na Mahesh."
Usiwahi mess na Mahesh.
Usiwahi mess na Mahesh. Si alishakwambia juu huwezi funga mdomo, acha tukufunge mdomo. So when they left, I don't think I was conscious because I don't even know how long I was unconscious. But when I woke up, they were not there. And my door was locked from outside. Walitoka na wakafunga mlango na ndani. I was bleeding on the floor. I had all sorts of bruises. My nipple was bleeding. Was bleeding from the backside. I had all sorts of bites on my body. My head was bruised. The only thing I could think of was, "You're so dirty. You're very dirty." I went to the shower. I opened the shower and I let water run over me. Despite all that pain, I was bleeding. I didn't even feel that pain, the bites. I took a toothbrush, I sticked it in Omo, and I shoved it inside me. And I washed the hell out of myself.
From the back of
everything. I washed everything. I don't know. I don't think even if they tried to get DNA from me, they couldn't. I felt very dirty, very worthless. I washed myself for over an hour. It was painful. So I took myself to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, there's a lady who helped me. I told her I've been sexually assaulted. And I showed her my nipple. She took me to a doctor. Sikuwa nimeenda na hiyo yenye ilikuwa imeuma hosi. But when I went back, they told me it's like already dead. So it's gonna like bring an infection if they take it back. If they stitch it back. So he wrote me the medical report and advised me to go to the police station. I went to the police station. And I can tell you also, the rape was in trauma. It is how people received the news that I was raped. That's my trauma. Literally nobody came through for me. Nobody understood me. That I was just caught up in the wrong side at the right time. I was just working. Nilipewa hiyo barua, kenda hosi. When nilifika hapo, remember, it's almost like saa 10 asubuhi. Nikaenda police station, and the only thing I wanted was to talk to a woman. Maybe nilikuwa najua atanielewa, because now going to report to a man that you have been raped, you don't know how they will receive. Na ni kweli venye nilifika reception nilipata wanaume, but I insisted nataka mwanamke. They were not very receptive. And today I want to tell you, even if nataka nauliwa, siwezi enda report police station. siwezi. The Kenyan police will not help you. Hata nijikute kwa shida gani, hata heri nikufe. But siwezi enda ku report kwa police station ya Kenya. Tell me why. A lady came. I was put in a room. A lady came, nakumbuka alikuwa mnene hivi. And then when I saw her, she was motherly. And I said, thank God, I hope she helps me. Because I knew their names. You know, like when you know the people who have raped you, like it's very easy. You just identify them and just go arrest them. And she comes and she starts yelling. Akwapi huyo? Akwapi, ajui mimi tumefanya kazi usiku yote, lazima tu ni mimi ndio hawezi ongea na hao wengine. Ni utumishi kwa wote. Ni utumishi kwa kwani hao wengine si askari. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. But kitu nilikuwa nataka kusema, nataka tu kuambia mwanamke. Yaani nyinyi wananchi hamjui venye askari wanapitia. Hamjui vile askari wanapita na stress. Hamjui hata mtu amekula ama amelala aje amfanya nini. Nyinyi mnakuja tapu unataka kuongea na mwanamke. Is this not a police officer? And I begged her. Nikwambia maybe once I tell you my story, maybe you will understand. Alafu akaenda kakaa chini. Already she has created an conducive environment for me to tell my story and to open up. But I said perhaps when she hears this, she might have empathy and have a good heart to listen. So I went ahead and told her, shida iko wapi? Akaniuliza shida iko wapi? Nikamwambia madam, nimerepiwa. Akaniambia na nani? Nikamwambia si mtu mmoja, ni watu 4. Akaniuliza wapi? Nikamwambia kwangu kwa nyumba yangu. Akasema hey, nani aliwafungulia? Nikamwambia ni mimi nilifungua mlango, but sikuwa like she didn't give me a chance. Hakunipatia chance ya kuendeleza kuongea, like naomba ni mimi niwafungulia, lakini hata sijamaliza amesharuka. Afande nani? Hebu kujani. And then she called the same men that I had urged not to talk to. Akaita wanaume wengine 4 wakuja wasikiza. Kuja msikize hii hata sijaisikia. And then I start walifika. Madam akaniambia unajua sijui I don't know, is it the anthem or the what of the Kenyan police? Sijui ni utumishi kwa wote. I don't know what that is. Like it's a kind of like the motto. Utumishi kwa wote. And like ni utumishi kwa wote, which means hao pia ni askari, unaweza waambia na wanaweza kusaidia. So sema mbele yao. And then I started my story again from the moment nilifungua. Hata umesema nini? Hata ulikuwa umeonja kidogo? Like every statement I said, and you know I was very truthful. Siku hide. I didn't want to hide the fact that nilisema truthfully, ndo at least maybe wanaweza relate to that and then wanisaidie. When ndo uliwafungulia? And then they came to a conclusion that I had arranged that. Nilikuwa nimearrange 5 sum and it went wrong. They didn't pay me and so nikaona wacha niende ni wa report police station. Madam akaniuliza bwanako ako wapi? Kwanza alikuwa ameniuliza uko na watoto, nikamwambia niko na watoto 2. Wako wapi? Nikamwambia wako nyumbani kwa mama yangu. Mbona? Nikamwambia nimeachana na bwanangu last year, it was a violent marriage. Huyu alikuwa anatafuta kazi. Sasa juu umejalipo umekuja udanganya wanaume wengine wamekurepu. Nyinyi mnataka kuharibia wanaume wenyewe nini sifa kabisa. It broke my heart. Kusikia that's coming from a woman.
So at the end were you helped?
No. Nikitoka police station hivyo, after nishawaambia the culprits, I received another call. Yeah. The same call I received when I went to report in 2018. I received another distorted voice call and he told me, ni kama usikisi ndio. Right now, your daughter is at a certain place and he mentioned where my daughter is. Ni watoto wangu walikuwa nyumbani but walikuwa wameenda kwa attend birthday kwa a friend. That person mentioned exactly where my daughter was. And he sent me a photo. I hung up. I called my stepmother. Nikamuuliza watoto wangu wako wapi? Akasema wameenda birthday kwa kina nani. I froze. Because if anaweza ona mpaka penye watoto wangu wako, what is the worst he can do? But remember that time I still felt very terrified, so I went to the next police station because I couldn't find help in this one. I was terrified. So kwa hiyo police station nyingine, they kind of helped me but not for long. Kuna askari alinisaidia, akanisikiza, aka-arrest 2 culprits. Unfortunately, one of the culprits was related to Mahesh. He was related very closely. I didn't know. So, hiyo venye wameshika watu wako ndani the weekend, the officer calls me on Monday and tells me, come to the police station. there's a development on your case. And he tells me, we have released the culprits for lack of evidence. Because they didn't get any DNA from me that I was raped. The police said the assault inaweza kuwa hata nimepigana na mtu kwa njia. It doesn't show any evidence of being raped. Hawakuangalia hata hiyo report iliandikwa na madaktari. So when they released them, I told myself, I don't think I can fight this man. Because he called again. And that this time the threat was much bigger because it affected one of my family members that I can't talk about. That incident changed my life completely. That incident is the reason why I am like this today. I used to go to church. Right now, the social anxiety in me cannot allow me to be the center of attraction because I used to sing in church. Mpaka nasimama kwa pulpit hivyo kila mtu akona concentrate na mimi. But I can't do that. I have major social anxiety right now. And also, thank God they didn't leave me with I wouldn't say any STI or any sexually transmitted disease. Thank God, because I prepped myself for 2 months and I was okay. But unfortunately, they left me with I would say a terminal illness, but it's concerning the brain. It just started as anxiety. Ile unashtuka tu for anything, unatetemeka, because every time you go to sleep, you think about the same incident and you can't seem to forget. Every day in a replay in your mind, it gets to a point where you can't even get some sleep. So it started as anxieties. It developed to seizures, like just small mild seizures, absent seizures when you can just go absent-minded like this and you pass out. And then it developed to active convulsions. And then in 2022 December, I was diagnosed with active epilepsy, trauma-related. So I have been dealing with that up to now. But I am on medication and you're
managing it.
Yeah,
right? Wow. That's a very horrific experience, I would say.
Okay.
And very sorry to have had gone through that, and also run into the same people that you thought would help you and they turned out to work against you. I guess it's the same thing that we're experiencing currently. Even the issue with Albert and whoever, like we ran to these police stations, we ran to these people that we are looking up to, and we don't get any kind of help. So we are very sorry. And so before we conclude with this, Muhesh, and this bad experience, we left you at where you left your 5 years marriage and you started staying with your children. So did you get married again, or now fast forward, how has been your love life? How has been life after this, all this now?
No, I have not gotten married again. To be honest, I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to get married again. Because it's very hard to maintain a relationship on my side. Because I can tell you 100%, being in a relationship with a post-traumatic person, it is not easy. We always relive the events every day. And it takes someone understanding to get through, to get to know that side of you. I wouldn't say I haven't dated ever since. I have, but I can tell you, most of the people I have dated are the people who know my experience, and they will always want to take advantage of that. So they were never in my life to help me heal, but to even damage me worse. So for now, relationships, I have a relationship with my God and my children and my parents. Yeah.
Having had to fight someone who has power in this country, to be specific, a politician, from where you see it, do you think that a common mwananchi can get justice? Like kama sahi, we have the issue of Albert and other people like Kina Rex Masai and whoever who had been killed injustly, and they need justice. Do you think it is easy for us to get that?
No.
Why?
They are very powerful. They are very powerful to fight. And I can tell you so many things that happen in this government. So many of them are conspiracies that you cannot even get yourself to understand. There's always a cover-up for something. There's always. I can tell you whatever I witnessed. Years have passed on that I have understood why that happened. But in this government, you cannot get justice. It is even scary for me, even if I say I seek asylum so that I can out their names. I know they will find me wherever I am. Na hata sahi nasema tu kweli mbele ya Mungu. Nikiwaambia jina ya huyo mtu, mtasema mimi ni muongo. You will not believe me. He is the most kindest person on the internet. He is the most believable person on the internet. He will turn this against me and everybody will hate me. And they will think I'm lying. So when I told him, I will tell my story, but I will not mention your name. I literally begged him because I can't afford therapy. I can tell you I can't afford therapy.
So the more you tell your story, you heal.
Yeah, the more I tell my story, I heal. I have gone through all series of medical tests, MRI, CT scans, EEGs, and they can't seem to find the real cause of my seizures. They only came to a conclusion that it is trauma related. But I can tell you the government can never assist you. The same police who are supposed to assist us are the same people who are torturing and killing us. The same police who we are turning to for help, with just a snap of the fingers they can finish you. The same police who are saying they are utumishi kwa wote, it is not. It is utumishi kwa wakubwa. It can never happen. Justice can never be served. Even if I wanted to, I want to scream out their names so bad and heal. I want to out them so bad and heal, but I can't. Even if they can't get me, even if somebody was to come to me and say, Farida, let us give you an asylum with your children so that you can mention their names. Will you protect me and my entire family? With my entire extended family? Because if you touch any of them, you have touched me. So that means I will die with their names. So they can't. Somehow deep down in my heart, I wish something could happen to them. I wish they could just like go mad and confess or something, but it cannot come from my mouth. And I cannot tell you their names, and I cannot tell anybody. Not even my dad knows. Nobody. I can assure you, nobody knows their names. Just me and them. So there's no justice in Kenya. There is no justice, and that is very disheartening. It hurts me so bad. I don't even know if I have a mental health anymore. I don't even recognize myself anymore because they have damaged the most part of me. The remaining one is just pretense and trying to live and move on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe looking at this camera, there's someone who is going through such a traumatic circumstance in their life. Could be a woman, could be a man. What would be your encouragement to such a person today?
I have so many things to tell them. I just want to look at that camera now. I don't know where to start. First of all, I want to tell you, you matter. You might not have a voice right now, but let me be your voice. You might not be ready to speak up right now, but let me help you here. Listen to this and know you're not alone. It doesn't have to be sexual violence. It can be gender-based violence. You don't have to be a woman. There's so many violences committed against men, most of them from serikali yetu, most of them from the people we most cared about, most of them from the people we really trusted. But I want to tell you today, you matter. And whatever happened to you was never your fault, and you should not blame yourself for that. Give yourself time to heal. Give yourself space. It doesn't matter how long it will take. I am here, and I believe you, and I know it happened, and I love you.
Okay, so away from this sad side now, we come to you, the content creator on TikTok, and I know there have been a lot of allegations about TikTokers, especially this thing about fundraising and money. Kule ati TikTokers live in a wishy moment to get money, and I don't know whether it was last week or yeah, you had
I had an outburst.
Yes. And I remember I watched a video, you were holding your phone and you were throwing sometimes kwa nyumba una throw vitu, and someone asked, mbona harushi simu? Tunajua hii kipindi ni end month, hatuchangi tena.
Yeah.
Is this a thing that TikTokers do? Like when we see people come kwa TikTok, anafanya tu vituko, anakaa ninio, anakaa ni kama anataka kurumua for money. Or is there is there like genuinely a TikToker who is going through something na hawana watu wengine wa kuongelesha, so the only people they can tell is the TikTok fans?
I have two sides of the story for that answer. Their theories might be correct for some of the TikTokers, but at the same time I would want to tell people to try and be empathetic. Put yourself in someone's shoes before you go and rush into a conclusion that this person wants money. How about you sit down for 1 second and listen to what they really want? Yes, there have been allegations of the incident that happened to me. I was live on my Instagram. Part of me was, as I told you, I speak, I heal. Nobody out there knew I am alcoholic.
Excuse me. Oh.
Yeah, nobody knew. Nobody knew I can't sleep without drinking. Nobody knew I smoke. Nobody knew I have to do so many things for me to just try and close my eyes and not listen to the voices in my head, not to take my life. Nobody knows the voices you hear every day telling you you're worthless, you're not a good person. Nobody knows that. But I can assure you, if you really follow my page, I am a hardworking person. If there's any money that comes from TikTok, I work hard for that. I sell weight loss products to help people with underlying health conditions to get through weight loss health wisely. I have never gone on TikTok to tell people wanichangie, sijui walipe rent, they say I live a fake life. I would tell you I do. I would tell you I do. You know why? I live in that big house, a 2-bedroom apartment paying 28,000 rent, and I don't have a job. But do you know why I cannot move out of that house? Because I'm not going to allow my children to pass through the same life I passed through. They know their mama can afford this. They know this is the house we want to live in, and I'm going to work tooth and nail to make sure they get that life. So there are so many TikTokers who have come on live, wanachangiwa, wamefanyiwa nini. But I told even my people on my TikTok today on live, I want them to show me just one evidence that I came on live and asked for money. I don't do that. I don't do that. But I know there are people who do that. Someone might just be out there seeking out for help. Do you know help doesn't have to like be a scream, help! No. And even if I screamed help, someone will be like, huyu mwenda wazimu anashinda yako piga kelele. They will not. But you show them so many signs that you're not okay. Mbona hajaangusha simu and all that. Why would I drop my phone and I want to know the world that I am going through that? How many bottles were that? If you could count, there were so many bottles. And that is only me. For me to get to pass through that, to get to just get a little bit of sleep. Nifunge tu macho nisiwaone juu yangu.
You have to use drugs.
I have to. But niki reach out nikiambia watu I am not okay, it means I'm reaching out for help. I don't want to be like that. I do not want to, for heaven's sakes, I don't want to be drunk. Sitaki kulala nikiwa mlevi, niamke nikiwa mlevi. Sitaki kukaa hivi nikifikiria niko sober na shtuka, oh my god, I think they're going to come for me. I think someone is talking to me. I think they're laughing at me. I think people are coming for me. Those voices. But how can you help someone like that before they get to a point where we have to, oh my god, I think she was really asking for help.
Ameenda ama amechizi?
Amechizi, huyu I think ni mwenda wazimu, tunamjua ni mwisho wa mwezi, and you can know very well they're lying. So they will always say anything for the sake of saying. But I thank God for those people who have stood by me, who have really, really stood by me genuinely. There are so many people who have gone through the same things and they understand from my perspective. Mimi naweza angalia mtu anakuwa na outburst kwa internet, najua. I know like I understand you. I really know you want to be hard. Those outbursts, sasa nashindwa venye sijaitamka, sijairopoka majina za hao watu. Because niliangalia the same way uliangalia hizo vitu, the Instagram videos. I didn't recognize that is not me. I can tell you 100% I looked at it and I was like, what the heck? I don't even know myself at that time. But it's a cry. I'm trying to tell you I am not okay.
So Sahi, mentally, what are you doing to try and help yourself?
Mentally, I can tell you I'm going crazy. If you want me to be honest, I can tell you I am going crazy. And I'm trying every day not to go crazy. I'm trying every day. If I try to go crazy, I open my door and then I look at my children. I'm like, hi, Favor, hi, Favor. They're like, hi, Mom. And I'm like, I think I'm not crazy. I think I'm normal. Every single day, I have to try. I have to try to at least sleep 3 hours. Just 3 hours. I have to try not to have a seizure in the middle of the road. Everything is a trigger. Honi za gari ni trigger. Kiti kianguka ni trigger. Mtu akipiga nduru ni trigger. You get overexcited. Nacheka sahi nafurahi sana. It's a trigger to me. I get a seizure. I will fall down. Like my life is just not my life. And it hurts knowing somebody's very comfortable out there and they messed up me. And I can't do anything.
And they're going on with their life.
Of course they are. They're going on vacations. I can't work at the airport because, oh my God, I see them every time they're traveling. I see them. I even assist them. I be na asainiwa na ambienda usaidie ule VIP pale amekuja na mizigo wako na watoto wake. And then I see it's him. And he can't even remember me.
He can't remember you, or he's pretending?
He can't remember me. I was very big that time.
Okay.
He can't. So I have to cover up. Neza vata miwani, but inside, hi, good morning, sir. I have been sent to assist you. I think I have seen you on the flight to Amsterdam. Do you have any luggage? I will help you check in. Unaingia na yeye kwa lift and you're panicking. You're literally sweating. But you can't.
You live in fear.
I live in fear. Know that they're going to do anything to me. But I fear for my children and my family. So I have to die with that every day. I have to die with that. I have to die with the fact that I can't do anything. Yeah.
Do you think that dealing with these mental health issues, being broke, being jobless, as someone who is quite known, because we are quite known on TikTok, is different from sisi watu wa kawaida?
Yes, it is. First of all, if anybody sees me with those followers, almost 400k right now, they will assume this woman is rich. I have, for God's sake, I have so many inboxes, someone telling me to pay medical bills for their cancerous parents, and find me a job, pay rent for me. Well, deep down, I just want 8,000 to buy my seizure medications. I fend for myself. I work. I do my businesses, those weight loss. Nikipata pesa vizuri, I can pay for my rent. But I can assure you, it's not stable enough. Unaweza sema naweza save up. Niko na pesa kwa account. If I open my account, you'll find it zero. Like inaingia inatoka, but I'm okay. I am okay as long as I have peace of mind. And I'm living in a comfortable home, and my children are comfortable. They are not being mocked, being the children of a raped mother. Yeah. So kinda, I don't want to be defined by the lady who was raped. I want to be defined by the lady who conquered rape.
You're not a victim.
Not a victim.
You have overcome that.
I am a survivor.
Yeah.
I am.
Beautiful.
So that is the only thing that's keeping me moving.
Okay.
But I can also tell them I'm not a bad person.
Yeah.
I'm just a victim of circumstance. If they really sat down and understood me well, they will know. I am crying so much, HELP. And I really want them to see that.
For someone who is watching, because let's be as realistic as we can be. Someone who is watching this episode atasema Faye anatuambia amesota, atihana kazi na amesema hataki kuhama huko. That's fake lifestyle. You are the one who is torturing your life. Why don't you go to where you can afford for the time being, alafu ukiraise utahamia huko kwingine?
First of all, that is like declaring to the devil that I have failed. I'm not doing that. The God that I know will not allow me to fail and downgrade myself. Nikiingia kwa hiyo nyumba, nilikuwa najua naweza afford. I had a job. So many instances have happened. But hakuna siku nimewahi kosa kulipa your rent. Hakuna siku nimewahi kosa kulipa. He always comes through in a way. And I pray to God that He gives me a sustainable job that I may able to afford that lifestyle for my children, because that is the lifestyle I want my children to grow in. I don't want to see them to see me that nimefail. Juu nikitoka kwa hiyo nyumba niseme sawa twende bed sitter. I'm going to traumatize my children. They have already adapted to that. They know that is their home. So I am not seeking financial help. Sitaki watu wanichangie, sijui kuja mnichangie pesa, nimelemewa kulipa rent. But what if you give me a fishing rod to fish? Because I can tell you, saa hizi, just between me and you, nani anaweza andika mtu akona kifafa kazi? No, just tell me.
Ngumu.
It is very hard. They're telling me aliacha kazi airport, nini. I have worked with this condition in 4 jobs nikaachishwa kazi. Cause yes, mpaka wengine wananiambia ukienda kuandikwa kazi usiseme condition yako. But it will happen whether I hide it or not. I will have a seizure at work and they will be scared and they will want to know what is happening to me. And after it happens like that, wananiambia I am incapable of working. My health condition doesn't give me the capacity to work. So no, you don't know how it is hard to struggle through employments when you're epileptic. You will also be defined that huyu anangukanga kifafa. They even shun you. Wanakutenga kando, wanasema huyu unaweza kaa naye kidogo kidogo usikia ameanguka. And then you hear those words and then they tear you apart. Knowing very well haukuzaliwa hata na hiyo kifafa. Imekuja tu hivyo like unajua tunangangana na meza dawa kila siku. Every day I have to take medications to control the seizures. But then you hear somebody stigmatize you. Huyu mwenye akona kifafa sidhani usimpatie hiyo kazi ngumu hata manage. Usimpatie hiyo hawezi beba hiyo ataanguka. Now tell me if there's somebody out there who can hire someone who is epileptic, and if there's that someone anipatie your fishing rod, and I can assure you I'm a very hard-working person. I have gone through, nimefanya customer service. You can hear I am very eloquent.
You are.
I can do the perfect and an amazing job in your company. You have no idea. But as long as you don't stigmatize me, na unitenge kando useme huyu akona kifafa, she is incapable. I am very capable of solving things. But people shouldn't judge. The reason why I'm doing those businesses online is because there's nobody
who is willing to.
No, nikikupatia tu hiyo CV yangu, yes utaangalia C+. Oh my god, CPA. Oh my god, customer service, humanitarian, 8 years experience of customer service, and then there comes the medical, epileptic for 4 years. And then done. It is not easy. But I'm going to work tooth and nail. Hiyo nyumba si hami. And I'm not living a fake lifestyle. This is me. Kama sina. Kama niko nayo. It's just a start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof, wow. Hey, at this point, I don't even know what else I can add, because I love that you're living in positivity and we're not trying anything negative. Dictate how you should live your life. You're living your life in accordance to how you feel you should live it, and mine is to wish you all the best and hope that one day you shall overcome all this trauma and everything, and you shall stand again, and probably someone who is out there who can really help you with the job, maybe they can reach out to you. So at this point, looking at that camera, you can give us your social handles, maybe also brands who can want to work with you.
Oh,
you
okay.
You never know.
Oh wow, thank you. So hi guys, if there's anybody out there, you have listened to my story and you feel like you can really help me, as I have said, I do not want money. Give me that fishing rod. I have already told you my health condition. I am struggling with epilepsy and convulsion disorders, but if you feel like you have seen I have potential, you can reach me out. My TikTok page is FAH, F-A-H-H, or you can search me Farida Simiyu. You can find me on YouTube, Farida_Simiyu official, and on Instagram also the same Farida_Simiyu official. Also on Facebook, Farida_Simiyu. All those handles have my number. You can reach me out there. And I'm so hoping that this is going to be positive to me and also to somebody out there who might need help. God bless you. And may God be with you.
Amen. So your name is Fa, not Faye?
No, I'm not Faith. My name is Fa. Farida.
Fa for Farida.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for coming. And
thank you so much,
we are wishing you all the best, Tuko family, right?
Thank you.
And to you, our viewer, thank you for sticking with us up to this point of today's episode. As usual, remember the links to her pages will be on the pinned comment below. And something that I've learned today, extend some grace anytime, everywhere, because you never know whatever someone is going through. You never know what they have experienced in their life. My name is Njeri Wasi. Until next time, just keep it Tuko.